first knew who we were, we were sure of ourselves. I never was afraid to speak up and speak out. And most native Boleyans are that way.
Boley was a very, very progressive town. And the fact that it was very progressive, and we're sitting now on the shoulders of our ancestors.
During my childhood days, there were people everywhere, all out in the countries, all over this neighborhood. All these vacant houses, all these homes that are no longer in use were filled with live bodies.
Black towns came into existence out of necessity. African Americans were not treated fairly in mixed communities. And so men, women, with their families headed west to carve out a space for themselves. Oklahoma had more all-black towns than any other state in the nation.
A gentleman from Red River County in Texas, he served as a manager to establish the town. So he sent out a massive advertisement asking for people to come to Boley to make this an all-black town. And people came by the droves.
I likened it to the black towns of being the Ellis Island of the West. It is where African Americans went to carve out a piece of life for themselves.
People who looked just like me was there to encourage me, to motivate me, to inspire me, to support me. We didn't feel like we had to play basketball to get out of the village. See, we didn't have that. We had what was real.
If you have the support of the people in the town, if you have people that are concerned about their surroundings and where they live, if you have people that will put their lives on the line for the sake of house, home, family, children, we had that here.
Everybody was your family around here. You knew everyone basically knew everybody. They were a well-together community in those years.
There isn't that kind of life here anymore like there could be or was before. A lot of people are moving out of Boley or have moved out of Boley. Like the kids, when they grow up, they go off to college, they get professions, and then they move. And so therefore it's kind of been just dying off.
I've heard it said once that each time history repeats itself, the price goes up.
The town was full of folk. All these lots were full of people, you know.
They just keep getting older. I mean, they're stuck in their ways. All their children have grown up and have since left the town of Boley and went on to start lives elsewhere. Excuse the expression, the only money that's in Boley is old money.
Americans love an opportunity to look at people who have triumphed in the face of adversity. We find strength in that. To lose that piece of American history would be a huge blow to the country.
With the people leaving and not coming back, then there's deterioration. You don't want to have to drive 12 miles to get a tank of gas or to get a loaf of bread.
Boley's all right, but he's kind of going down a little bit.
It matters that the history of the town and why it was established be documented and celebrated. It also matters what the town looks like now. I'm not sure if we can ever go back to where it once was.
We are African Americans. We were able to establish a town. We had the first Black National Bank. We had our own electrical system. We had our own telephone system, all operated and owned by American Black people.
I'm very pleased to know that there still is a Boley.
Of all the Black towns that were established back in the years, we are still holding on.
What I believe is that the culture exists within the people, not the town itself. The young people have not come back to their hometown, and if by chance the older people were to die off, the culture of Boley continues in their descendants. So I think that's the key part, that the culture is not in the town. The culture belongs and resides in the people, and that that can't die. That won't die.
The biggest challenge was just trying to figure out what direction my story was going and creating the most honest piece as possible and interpreting what the people that I spoke to in the town's atmosphere like in the most accurate way, but at the same time like not lying for the town. When someone's put in front of a camera, it's almost like their optimism turns on and like they try to put the situation that they're in or the issues surrounding their lives in like the most optimistic light, regardless of what the truth is.